Amazing people, how you all doing? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Bilikis. How you all doing? It's good to be back with another tutorial, which will be on how to make a one-sided cowl dress with a fitted waistline. And trust me, it is very easy as usual. What are the measurements required? First, you need the measurement of the dress, the length of the dress. For me, I'll be working with 60. The measurement from the nape of your neck to the waist, to your hip, then to your knee length. Two other vital measurements are from your center back, the bone at your neck, take the measurement right to your wrist. Like for me, it is 31. And for the shorter part, from that same point, you take it to wherever you want it to stop. For me, it is 15. So you take yours and then you need your waist circumference and your hip circumference for the dress. So before we go to the work table, please check out my other channel, Pattern Drafting with Bilikis and Bilikis Kitchen. On Instagram, Bilikis Signatures, and on Facebook, Sewing Innovations. Now let's go to the work table to get started on the amount of fabric and how to fold for the beautiful dress. I'll be working with this fabric, which is by 48 inches. It is not up to 60, so that means I cannot fold across. That means I will fold along the width. So since this is by 48, which is not up to 60, so that means I will have to fold the length of the dress across the width, which is 60 inches. So I just folded 60 into 2. So this is what I have. After doing that now, I have the by 48 here. Remember when I told you to take the measurement from your center back to your wrist? For me, it is 31 inches and the shorter one is 15. So all I have to do is to add it together because we are cutting it together. So 15 plus 31, that should be 46 inches. So that means this width will be able to contain that because I have 48. So it is just perfect for that. So after folding the 60 inches this way, so that means we have two panels. So this will be for the front and this will be for the back. After doing that, all you now have to do is to fold the fabric, the 15 inches. And it's this way. Fold this way and measure. So plus seam allowance, that will make it 16 inches. So I'm going to fold it this way. Can you see 16 inches? Make sure you fold it so well. Good. Haven't done that, then we can measure the 31 inches we have. So let me check out what I have left. So here I have 32 inches, which is perfect with seam allowance. So this will be the 15 inches, now 16 for the shorter part, and this is 32 for the longer part. So we can start drafting. Having folded the fabric, all I did is to insert the vital measurement. Starting from the edge, I inserted my waist measurement. Usually I make use of 17, but here I'm making use of 18. That's because of the fitted waist area. Then the hip measurement, which is 24, above my knee length measurement, which is 36, and then the length of the dress, which is 60 inches here. So all I did is to extend the hip line and also above the knee line. For the waist is only for the front. So now let's get started. The first thing I'm going to do now is this. Insert the 3 inches, 8 inches standard. So 3 inches is here, then 8. At the point of the 8 inches, I'll come down by 1 and then extend that line. So from the 3 inches across the 1 inch, we came down by. So I'm going to just move it to the end. Good. Can you see that? So having done this, now we can insert the neckline. I'll be using the same neckline for both the front and the back. So because I want it to be wide, I'll make use of 6 inches. 6 inches here by 4 inches. this is the neckline for both the front and the back. Now for the main dress, all I have to do is this. Here at the edge, there's going to be an opening because we're going to have an elastic sleeve opening at that point. So from this edge, I'll just measure about, let's say 12, or let's just make it about 14 or 15 because it's going to be gathered. So you can make it as wide as possible, but for your normal waist it could be 4.5. So just double it, make it between 12 to 14 is just fine. So at that point, notice, then you come here, going down to the hem of the dress. As you can see that this is the hem and this is above the nail measurement. So all I have to do is to insert the hip measurement down there. My hip measurement is 46, 47. So when I divide 46 by 4, I'll be having 11.5. So let me just make it 12. So you are going to add 3 inches to whatever your divided hip measurement is. So to that 12, I'm just going to add extra 3. 1, 2, 3, that makes it 15. So plus seam allowance, I'll just make it 16. So which is the end of the folded part for me, as you can see that. So I'm going to take the same measurement here, but because of the folded part, I know it ends here. So make a straight line. We are still working with the longer part. After doing that, I can stretch it out. Can you see? So all I am going to do now is this. This is the 14 inches point. This is the 12, 15, but 14 is just fine. So all I have to do is to make a curve from this point. Just try to curve it. You see that? This is what I'm going to have. So freehand. I hope that is visible enough. So that is it. You can see what we have. So we can just cut this before we focus on this very one. This is what I have. The cowl part is formed. Now let's quickly go to this other side. You can also cut out the neck since we want the same neckline. Good. For this part, all I have to do now is this. For this short sleeve, I'm going to make the opening as wide as 12. 12 is just fine. I think that opening is okay. So this part is just going to be straight. This is the waist area. I'm now going to note at this waist area whatever my waist measurement is. My waist measurement is 38. When I divide it by 4, I'm going to have 9.5. So from the head here, I will mark 9.5. Just note that. So mark it at the other side to make it easier. I'll just put a pin. So this is it on the other side. Good. That is it. So I haven't noted this point. Just to make it easier, I can just do something like this. This is the hip area. Just to make it easier. Or to notch. Just notch. It's going to be straight. And here you can just add 1/2 inch. is to open it up for you to see how it looks. And you see this part is the cowl form, and this is just the straighter part. So this part is going to be gathered this way, and this part is going to be open. Can you see that? So on the right side, we have inserted the waist area. Successfully added the waist area. You can see half of 38 is 19. That's correct. So this will be the parts that will be the fitted part. So the next thing now is for us to start sewing it up. Sewing it up, the first thing I'm going to do is this. The straighter part, I'm just going to sew in the shoulder seam allowance, and here on the cowl part, because there's going to be an opening here, that is totally optional. If you don't want it, it doesn't matter, just close it up. For this particular one, I'm not going to close it up, I'm just going to leave some space. So from the beginning here, just sew in about 4 inches, 3.5 to 4 is fine. Leave space, come to the edge here and measure 4 inches also from the slip opening upward here. Can you see? So I'm going to sew from here to here and here to here. After doing that, I'm going to open this up because it's now going to be one piece. I'm now going to fold in like 1/4 first, then 1/2 inch, depending on the elastic I want to use as that part. I'm going to use this type of elastic for the sleeve opening part. So to get the amount, just put it this way, tighten it up and cut it off. So all you have to do after sewing up the shoulder, just fold in 1/4 first, then 1/2 inch, and then sew it around for the elastic. Coming to the straighter part, what I will do is after sewing up the shoulder, I'm just going to hem that up, just 1/4 inch and then 1/2 inch from this point I notch here straight to this other part. So the shoulder area, as you can see, this is the straighter part, and you can see I have sewn it up. Can you see that? Join the shoulder, that's the straighter part. And then coming to the cowl part, remember I told you 4 inches here, and also before the hem 4 inches. So what did I do at this opening? Make sure you have used your serger or a zigzag stitch to finish the raw edge. All I used was a hemming gum to just insert it and then press it, and that's why I have a very neat opening. Can you see that? So beautiful. And then at the end of the cowl part, I folded the part for the elastic allowance. So what I'm going to do is to just fix it in. Can you see? Then pass it all through and then tack each end of the elastic to this point and this part. Now let us quickly go over to that waist area, and then we fix the neckline. At this stage also, before you do any other thing, just fix the neckline with a bias strip. So now, remember that part I told you to insert the waist measurement. So we are going to that part now. This is that part I told you for the waist, fitted waist. So all you have to do is to get a wide elastic band, as I have here, and then whatever your measurement is, here we have 19. I'm just going to take about 4 to 5 inches away from that, because this is what will actually give you that fitted waist region. So as I've said, 19 inches minus 5, I have 14. My elastic band here is 14. If you can get a wider one than this, all well and good, but I'm just going to make use of this. And what do? I'm just going to tack it down here, tack it at this point and tack it at this point. So these parts will now be at the back, at your back when you put it on, which will now grab the waist area. Then there are some people whereby their upper part, their bust area is so big that the elastic band might not easily pass through. In that case, another idea you can use is this: just tack one part and then make a buttonhole here with a zigzag stitch on your sewing machine somewhere here, and then you cut through and put a button here for those people that are big at the upper part of the hip area. But for people that are still proportionate to their waist and all that, just tack it down here and also here. You can see what I have. So I'm just going to do that. But for those people I've just explained about, just tack one side and put a button here. So let me just tack this down and this. Then I will pass the elastic band through the cowl area. Then we can finish it up. Tacking it on those 2 points, this is what I have. Make sure you use a matching thread because the thread will be showing in front of the outfit. So you can see I've done this, and the cowl part I've fixed the elastic. Can you see? And tack it down. The next thing you are going to do at this point is to use a bias strip to fix the neckline. I'm just going to leave that since it's a tutorial. The next thing you are going to do is to just hem from this sleeve opening, the hand, just take ½ an inch on 1 inch straight down. Also at this cowl region, just follow the curve. Make sure you follow the curve and take ½ an inch all down to the hem of the dress. Then you fold in the hem. I have sewn the sides. As you can see, this is the opening for the shorter side, all down, and also for the cowl part, this is what I have. Can you see that to the end? Now when you're putting this on, your head has to pass through this, because inside the outfit, this elastic band will be at your back. So when you're wearing it, your head needs to pass through this point. So let me just turn it to the right for you to see. It looks like this is the opening for the shorter side. Because of the elastic, that is why this part is folding up. You can see the slit here, and then the cowl part, you can see how it forms all down. So let me put it on the mannequin. This is the beautiful dress we've just made. You can see how lovely it really came out. It's so beautiful. Look at the waist area, so fitted. Although the mannequin's waist is a little bit smaller than mine, but you can still see it is fitted and shapeful. You can see the cowl parts looking all beautiful, and then the opening here. It's just so wonderful. You can see the shorter part also. The best material to use for this is silk. Trust me, it's going to come out really nice. You can see the back still have that boo-boo effect. And if you listen to this, this is the elastic in there just to secure the waist and make it tighter. So wonderful. If this tutorial has been helpful, please give me a giant thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I remain your girl Bilikis. Bye guys.